All right, we'll see how this angle works. I want to just test, see if I can actually see this myself here. Maybe not. We shall see. Come on. Trying to log in. All right, it's not at a weird angle. So we're gonna keep it like this. Perfect. So, how is everyone doing this evening? I had one person pop in for a second and then pop off. That's fine. It is late. It is currently almost 11 o'clock. Is that right? No, almost 10 o'clock here in Utah where I live. And got the kids ready to go to bed. Hey, John, how you doing tonight? And I got an awesome mail call that I had to use it tonight. So if you notice, there's a little bit more girl than usual. Yesterday was Pioneer Day for Utah. That is the anniversary of when we became a state. So, state holiday, went down and to my brother-in-law's and his families and my in-laws and a bunch of their friends. All got together, had barbecue and fireworks, and we got home late. So I missed my shave. I had planned on using WSP's Matterhorn, not knowing that I was going to get this mail call today. So as you can see, I'm not sure how this is showing up, but I have the wonderful, as yet to be released, WSP t-shirt. Hey Kyler, how you doing tonight? And then the back is a really cool design. You probably can't see it and I can't get far enough away. But the design on this thing is just awesome. I love this shirt. And it fits. I'm 6'5" and this thing fits well. It's got a decent size here. Now, I knew the shirt was coming. Melanie surprised me with one of their new soaps, limited release. My lighting is horrible. Fresh Vetiver. This soap smells phenomenal. So I have smelled Vetiver. I can't say that word. Vetiver in the past at some other artisans, and this has been one I've enjoyed. I've just never picked up. So this one with the Fresh Vetiver definitely has a more fresh scent to it. It's very pleasant. Off the Puck, and of course Off the Puck is not a great indicator of the scent, but I definitely get that clean vetiver scent with a little bit of lemon or citrus and some florals. And you keep going back to it, you get a little bit of that sandalwood that's mixed in. Yeah, there's that sandalwood. Definitely a good scent there. Now, because it is late, I have not created my lather yet. But as a pre-shave, I used some gel, just put a little bit of that on my face and on my neck. I can definitely already feel the coolness, hey Anthony, of the gel. And here's what I have in my bowl. Probably can't see, but that little clear glob is also gel. So we're gonna go for a little bit of a cool shave this evening. Just wet the brush and kind of flick out some of the water there. So we have just a little bit of the soap. Just mash that in a little bit more. And where'd you go to kind of go with it. Now WSP is not a super thirsty soap, but it is phenomenal. I have yet to try their tallow-based product, but their vegan is just, it is one of my absolute favorite bases out there. You can take a little bit of water. It's hard. It's a hard soap, so you can, a little bit goes a long way. And just put a little bit of water in it. It just already kind of explodes. You get that little pseudo lather. And there's still plenty of soap in there. Getting a nice base going here. Break out the classic squirt bottle there. Now I saw the squirt bottle trick somewhere on YouTube. I wish I could remember who I saw doing that, because it's awesome. I've even gotten to the point where I travel with a little travel size squirt bottle for water when I bowl lather. Just because I can control, I feel like I can control the water levels better that way versus just doing the little hand drizzle or wetting the brush. I can control the amount of water going in. So we're using the Soothsayer from Craving Shaving. I didn't show off the brush before I started lathering. This has a 26 mil Duro nut, which I don't have a lot of experience with a lot of different brushes out there and different knot styles. But the Duro is definitely one of my absolute favorite synthetics. I have 3 brushes with the Duro nut in it. They're fantastic. And already there we're getting that thick, creamy lather. Now when you lather this, the scent really opens up. Really opens up. You get that, definitely get that fresh vetiver scent with a little bit more lemon, at least to me. I get that lemon on there. And the florals are just beautifully blended. On the scent notes, there's also some patchouli in here, but I don't get the patchouli scent off of this. I know there are some people who are not fans of patchouli, but in speaking with Douglas and Monica and a couple other soap artisans, patchouli is a soap or a scent that is used to kind of tie other scents together. So unless it's a very prominent patchouli scent, you most likely just get it to tie in other scents. So we're just going to work this up a little bit here. And as you can see, it doesn't take a lot to get this going. This is, I could shave this right now. I just want this a little bit slicker. And the great thing with WSP is it does not have a very narrow window of that sweet spot. It's just, you can go and you can take a little water, take a little not so much water. It's just, and you can see that there's the peaks, it's nice and thick. Thank you, Anthony. This is courtesy of WSP. These have not yet been released. I wish I had more information as to when they would be released, but they're, it seems like they sent out a care package to a couple individuals, and somehow I just happened to be lucky enough to be one of those individuals that got this, along with the soap as well. So the soap and the shirt were sent as gifts from WSP. So Melanie, Lee, WSP crew, thank you very much for this. Very generous gift that you sent. The shirt fits phenomenally. And the vetiver, oh, it smells so good. So good. Very nice and clean. It just, beautiful. Just a little bit more water there. Now the cool thing also, since I did use Chell at the beginning, like I mentioned, I put that on before I started everything. I got a little dollop in my bowl and put some on my face, help get the kids ready to bed. So it's been sitting on the face for a couple minutes now, and it's chilly. It feels great. It is a synthetic menthol, so it's not one that you're just going to feel it instantly. It just kind of creeps up on you, which is exactly what I wanted tonight. And look at that lather. This stuff is just, this is why I love WSP. One of my absolute favorite bases there. And I've heard, and again, I don't have experience with their tallow formula, that the tallow can get even thicker rather than the vegan formula there. If that's the case, oh man, that's going to be some amazing lather in there. Once you get a little bit more water to work that, and then I'll actually get to the shave. I'm kind of still debating on what razor to use tonight as well. I'm debating if I want to use my my DE in my Game Changer, the 0.8, as a 0.84 gap Game Changer, or go with my standard standby of the Starling. This will be a third use. You know, I've used DE for a while. It already has a blade in it because I've already had it loaded. We'll go with the Game Changer tonight. And this is the, I want to make sure I get the gap right there. Yes, the 0.84 on there with a rainbow blade. This will be the third use. Now, I don't know about you guys that shave your head, but when I shave my head with the blade, if I do that after I'm shaving my face as well. I count the head as another shave, so I did my face and then the head, that's 2 shaves on that blade. Now when you get this on your face, when you put the lather on, even painting it on, it just the scent is out of this world. Just amazing, clean. They weren't kidding, they say fresh vetiver. It smells absolutely phenomenal. And then when I first got it and first smelled it, I thought it was very similar to that of Matterhorn. And there are similarities, and they're both fresh, clean scents. But you definitely get that vetiver off of obviously the fresh vetiver and not Matterhorn. So it's different enough. You can definitely smell it. Yes, I'm glad I'm not the only one that does that, because I know some people will say, you know, they'll count those as one. I have not used this razor in months. Because I'm kind of on an SE kick, but dang, this is a smooth razor. The blade's not the best. I think Rainbow, you do about 2, 3 shaves. You can toss them. And this is the 3rd shave. I think after this one will be done. But it's not a bad blade. I might shave it tonight off camera, depending on, I might shave the head off camera, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I didn't shave yesterday's, I can definitely tell. And the blade is not the greatest, so maybe I'm switching it out. Or switching it to a different razor. Now one thing, to keep in mind, if you do use gel, like I did, reuse it as a pre-shave, and then you put it in with the bowl. If you use a lot, and it's good stuff, but if you use a lot of it, one thing that at least I noticed the first time I used it is I used way too much. Because I put some on my face, I dipped my brush. I dipped the brush, the tips of the knot in there, and got quite a bit on there. And then I face lathered, and by the middle of the 2nd pass, my skin was kind of tingling underneath the lather, and like, you know when your limbs fall asleep and someone comes up and, like, if your feet fall asleep, you know, maybe you had a younger brother or a sibling that would do this to you if your feet or hands fell asleep and sitting on the couch a different way. You're like, oh man, my legs are asleep. They come up and either like just flick you or, you know, give you a nice little tap in that extremity that was asleep. Yeah, that's what it felt like. It's just really weird when you're cutting hair. You can probably hear the fireworks from my neighborhood. Because yesterday was our state holiday. When we became a state, we're allowed to do fireworks. And you can do fireworks like, I can't remember how many days preceding and after the holiday, and same thing on the 4th of July. So you definitely hear some fireworks, and hopefully don't stay up doing that too late. You know, I do love the feedback on the Game Changer. When I first got it, I bought the .84 because I like a more aggressive razor. And somebody let me borrow their .68 base plate, and that just did not do it for me. It was very difficult to find and keep the angle. Now, I love the Game Changer. That was, for the most part, my DE rad killer. But then, shortly after I got that, I started using the Starling quite a bit when I traveled. And the Starling led to getting the Saber. And the Saber's been just a rad killer altogether. Hey, Charles, how you doing tonight? What am I missing here? Yeah, with some, like with this one, because it has really good ingredients, and WSP makes great product. This is one that I will rub into my skin. With the Chell, I'm probably not going to use it as an aftershave again, because I think I put maybe a little bit too much in the bowl. I'm still playing around with Chell to find that nice sweet spot. And in all reality, with what I put on my face, I probably didn't need some in the bowl to be in that lather as well. So I can already tell it's kind of a little tingly when I'm going across grain. Not as bad as the first time, but oh yeah, I would be definitely tired after that as well, Charles. You know, I have feather blades. I've used those in my Rockwell, my 6C. I've used them like setting 3 and 4. I've used them in in my Tex. I have not used a feather in my Future. But they're not smooth for me. I know some people swear by feathers, say they're the best things out there. Super sharp, but they're just not smooth enough. One of my favorite DE blades has to be the Israeli Persona Reds. I love those things. They work great. They're sharp, they're super smooth, and they last. At least for me, they're awesome. I'm going to break out some feathers again now. I think I still have a couple feather blades. This is a little different shaving with a DE. I did it yesterday, or not yesterday, a few days ago with my Rockwell. I used a Starling last night, or the other 2 nights ago when I shaved. I'm so used to shaving with my SEs that I have to consciously remember to flip the blade and get other areas. And this soap. So if you haven't tried WSP, and it's no secret because of what I put out there on different groups and whatnot. I'm a huge fan of WSP. Like I said, the only base I've tried of theirs is their rustic or vegan formula, but the performance is phenomenal. Easily right up there with the top tier that I've tried out there. It's absolutely fantastic. Just look on this stuff is phenomenal. Just like what I would expect. And I think WSP is kind of a sleeper. I mean, a lot of people look at it and go, oh, it's $15, it comes with little metal tins and whatever. And I think regretfully, some people just kind of pass it by. But their aftershaves will last, they're almost EDP strength. I have the aftershave for Black Amber Vanilla, which is my absolute favorite scent of their offerings. Close second would be Blackbeard. That stuff just smells awesome. But Black Amber Vanilla is my absolute favorite, and I have the aftershave on that. And that, if you put it on, I mean, I obviously shave at night where I live, and I put it on at night after I've shaved. Gone to bed, woken up the next morning. Gone to work, did everything I needed to. I'd constantly get whiffs of it during the day. And I'd also, when I'd shower at night, I'd get whiffs of the aftershave. And it was just, best thing ever. It's nice and strong. I mean, it's not overpowering strong, but it lasts. It has some staying power, which is phenomenal. Just test. Perfect. Still plenty of slickness there, even without that rinse between this pass. Have the rinse between this pass and my cleanup. Forgot how good the feedback was on this razor. And even with that 0.84 gap, which is still kind of on that semi-aggressive side, it doesn't feel aggressive. Just a nice, smooth razor that's easy to find the angle. Blade isn't performing too bad, surprisingly. Surprised I'm not getting a whole lot of leather on my shirt. Very surprised. A little bit of the tingle from the gel, especially on the goatee area. That's where I normally really feel it, is right around the goatee. Almost because I've been just shaving that for the past week or two. So I think that part of the skin is still trying to get used to being shaved. Okay, I felt that against the grain. You can feel that little slight tingling sensation, as if my face muscles were asleep. Ooh, that's a definitely a weird sensation. The one thing I love about the razor here, there's no overhang on that blade. It covers it up beautifully. See, beautiful. this stuff is just a phenomenal performer. And as you saw because I normally don't lather on camera, especially with some soaps, because I start off with a pretty dry brush. And it takes me a little bit to get my lather just exactly where I want it. But WSP, and that's what's left in the bowl, and it's still peaky. Just a little bit more for the cleanup pass. This stuff it doesn't take a lot of water, but it can take water. Not super thirsty, but it's just phenomenal. It is seriously one of my absolute favorite bases. Their scents are fantastic. This Fresh Vetiver is probably one of my favorite vetivers that I've ever used or that I've ever smelled. Hey, Conrad. And like I said, this is my very first vetiver soap that I have. But the scent's phenomenal. I think most of that they were selling out pretty dang quick. They only had about half of what they made left. I believe it was made in both Formula T and the Rustic. I mean, obviously it's made in Rustic because I have the Rustic, but I believe it was made in the Formula T as well. So if you prefer a tallow base, you can definitely give that a shot. I haven't used their tallow, as I mentioned before. I know Mel prefers their tallow formula. She says it's easier to lather. I have no issue with the Rustic formula. That spot's always a pain in the butt. Never wants to get clean. I can just imagine what y'all are hearing for the audio feedback on this. Just based off of what I'm hearing. Man, my face feels nice and cold. This gel is phenomenal. And the great thing with that is it doesn't interfere with the scent of the soap, because gel is scentless. So good. That's a phenomenal shave, and the residual on this is just, it's seriously out of the park. I easily put WSP up there with some of the best top artisans out there. But again, that's me, and I know your mileage may vary. You're phenomenal. Trying to pull a little Keanu Reeves thing in there, Conrad. Oh, man. That was just really enjoyable. And my face feels fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And there's enough soap in there. Now, you know what, why not? Cool thing with WSP, you don't need a lot of soap to make a phenomenal lather in your bowl. Now, I have never loaded from the puck on WSP because they're small. And it's a small container. But if you travel, you can travel the full-size container of this. It takes up a lot less space in your suitcase or dop kit. And it's a hard soap, so I mean, you don't use a ton, it will last a long time. I have a couple of their samples that I bought when I was in Arizona back in May. And I've used them quite a bit, and there's still plenty left. It's not like some samples out there that you get and you're like, oh great, I can get, 2-3 shaves out of it and you're done. You can get a lot. You can get a good amount, probably at least a month's worth of using it daily. Because like I said, you don't need a lot of the soap. To make a great lather. And because the game changer, at least for me, is not a great head shaver. Hey Tim, how you doing? PAA is another great artisan. They're another one of my top. And I love PAA, obviously. Obviously, PAA is great stuff. But for me, the game changer is not a great head shaver. And I'm so used to shaving my head with an SE that I prefer to do SE shaves on the old dome. Good stuff. Yes, I love this. The purple base plate is going to use 9 out of 10 times. The green one's not bad if I'm feeling like an open comb. I mean, they're the same aggressiveness level as far as like they're the same blade gap. And I don't notice much difference in aggression or blade, a little bit more blade feel, but I don't mind blade feel. I mean, I used the Future for months as a daily driver. One thing I love with this razor in particular is you can get a ton of lather underneath your base plate before you have to rinse off. And the great thing with WSP products as well is you can see the lather, my lighting again is crap, is not super thick. Because it's been sitting here for 3 shaves and I haven't worked it. It's been sitting in the bowl for 3 full passes and I didn't really work it. And it's also did a cleanup. And I just loaded it, just took my brush and kind of whirled it around to load it a little bit. But it's still, the glide, the cushion is phenomenal. Tim, I don't know if you've used the Vetiver yet, or the lilac that came out. But the Vetiver scent is, oh my gosh, it is so good. Oh, that sounded weird. That sounded creepy. Sorry if that sounded creepy. But seriously, the Vetiver, Fresh Vetiver is great. If you like the Vetiver smell, but want like a cleaner one, it's not dirty at all. It's beautiful. Little hints, at least to me, of the florals and the citrus. The more I smell it, occasionally I just smell it off the puck a little bit here and there. I get some of that sandalwood, but not, it's just kind of faint sandalwood, and patchouli kind of ties it all in. I don't smell patchouli at all. I do not think they have a matching splash for this already pre-made. But the cool thing with WSP is you can order pretty much any scent they have and get that as a splash. Alright, so we're just gonna load this. So that, my bowl's empty. That's what I have left. Tons of lather. And the cool thing with the gel, because it's in the lather, I can feel it on my, start feeling it. I'm starting to feel it, I can't talk tonight, on my head as well. Face is still nice and cool. Face feels phenomenal. Now I know you guys have used WSP in the past, but for me, I mean, I don't need an aftershave with WSP. Like I'll splash on some of the some witch hazel, and that's it. I'll put witch hazel on my skin after I use WSP and a couple of the artisans, and that's really all I need is a witch hazel. Now some of them I use a splash because I have the matching splash and I love the scent, but you don't really need it. You can get away without using it. I'm just gonna tug it off. I've never smelled the fine Fresh Vetiver, so I don't know if that's really clean or, look at that, look at those peaks, or what that one smells like. I have smelled Vetiver Planet from PAA, and Vetiver Planet is more of just a straight up vetiver, which is still a very pleasant scent. But this one has a nice mix of other scents as well. And that's what's, oh, can't see that. God, I hate my lighting in here. Plenty of lather on my hands. I'll just kind of try to paint this off and rinse off the rest. So I would say if you like vetiver, definitely pick this up. If you're on the fence about vetiver, this is a good one to pick up. If you don't like vetiver at all, don't get it. Gosh dang it. I say if you're on the fence about vetiver, pick it up because, again, it's not a super strong, in-your-face vetiver scent. Definitely present, but it also has that nice mixture of florals and citrus and sandalwood, and that kind of tone it down. It's a very clean scent. Mel described it as like sitting in a ballpark or freshly cut grass. Kind of has that vibe to it, and I'd say that she's spot on. Mel's really good about the descriptions on scents and whatnot and stuff. So it's, you know, I've never used Bulldog. I don't use balms a whole lot, especially in the summer. In the winter, I will use a lot more balms. But here it's a dry, and it makes no sense because I live in a dry heat area. I should use balms. But I'm also outside significantly less in the summer when it's 100 and something degrees outside, or for those that have the non-stupid imperial system, when it's over 40 degrees, it's hot. We have slight humidity, so it's not pleasant to be outside. The rest of the world that doesn't use the stupid imperial system. Now, the against the grain on the head, when I've used soaps, other artisans, or other products that I will not mention, because this is purely based off of my experience. I don't want to taint anyone, because reviews are always very there's so many different variables in reviews and soaps, so I don't like to do full-on reviews. And if you see any of my channels or my videos on YouTube, you'll know that I don't do reviews. Any of my videos on my channel. But there have been some artisans that when they go against the grain, I'll do my 3 passes of my cleanup on my head, or cleanup on my face, and then if I go and try to shave my head, either I don't have enough lather left over, or when I get to the against the grain pass, especially here where I'm really, really thin, the razor will kind of skip a little bit. It doesn't glide. And I've tried those particular products with more soap, with thicker lather, thinner lather, more water, less water. I don't have to worry about that with WSP. Yeah, so 40 Charles for the conversion is, I can't remember the exact number, but it's over 100 degrees. It's hot. really, really hot. So I used that when I lived in Germany. And I remember I was sitting in a meeting, and I'm in a full suit, and it's summer, and I'm in Hamburg, which is right off of they have the Ulster River. It's one of the largest port cities in Germany, so it's just humid as all get out. And I'm sitting in a suit, and they don't have air conditioning in buildings. It was miserable. That was not a very pleasant experience. Some reason, I was living over there, my apartments didn't have air conditioning. It was just, man, summers were brutal. Then in the winter, it was colder than all get out too, because it's humid. And the humidity just cut right through you. It didn't matter how many layers of clothes you were wearing. It just cut through. It was bad. But dang it, if I didn't love it over there. And see, the slickness, again, is phenomenal. I'm going again doing a cleanup just on residual without re-wetting my head. And so it's times 9/5 plus 32. Okay. It isn't 0 times 9/5, it's just 0. Because, 0 times anything is 0. And I think one thing where American schools fail is they don't, at least when I was going to school, is they don't spend a lot of time on that conversion from imperial to metric and Fahrenheit to Celsius and all that. They don't go over that a whole lot. It's just kind of like, here it is, we use Fahrenheit and inches and feet and crap that makes no sense. I'd much rather use millimeters and meters and centimeters and liters and milliliters and all that stuff. But that's just me. There we go. Oh. Yep, love it. Phenomenal stuff. I don't know what you're saying to Zach to, Charles. Charles, you teach science. You should be using centimeter, you should be using the awesome system, not imperial, for heat and all that quite a bit, shouldn't you? Yeah, metric system is so much better. We should always use a metric system. I'd be all for switching, getting rid of imperial, because imperial is crap. It makes no sense. And in the field where I work, because I work I'm a vendor for medical software, everything that they do in the Department of Medicine where I'm spend all of my time is all in millimeters and centimeters and everything, and it's just there are plenty of technicians that I've worked with and looking at specimens, and you have to give measurements when you're looking at the large specimens for your reports. If they're looking at like a gallbladder, they're looking at a gallbladder going, yeah, they're describing it, and they're saying, yeah, and they're putting the measurements. Half the time, because they're all using metric, they can look at it and go, this is 0.2 by 0.8 by 0.6 centimeters. They can just look at it and see. Whereas if you're looking at the imperial, you have to measure it, and it's like 1.25 inches or 1 3/4, and fractions just suck. Let's be honest. Oh look, I have clumps of soap left in my bowl.
even in a hard bowl, WSP doesn't always mix up. And it could be because of the knot that I use. The drawer knot's really nice and soft. Could still do probably do another full pass. Cleanup pass with what is left in my brush there. So that was phenomenal. Again, Fresh Vetiver from WSP is an absolutely fantastic scent. It's clean, not overpowering, not super strong, but strong enough that you will get it you'll definitely get the scent when you are right off the puck, when you're lathering, when you're shaving. It's just a very nice, pleasant, clean, sitting at a ballpark, soccer pitch, football pitch, enjoying the summer, freshly cut grass, drinking lemonade, things that you'd want to do on a nice hot summer day. That just kind of reminds me of. Where Matterhorn is a nice, clean, springtime in the mountains with snow type scent. That's what I get from Matterhorn. So they're both very clean scents, very wonderful, and I highly recommend both of them when Matterhorn comes back next year, hopefully. But I love WSP. I can't stress that enough. It is one of my absolute favorite products. And the shirt, that's a high logo. I just realized that. It's a really high logo. But it's great for when you're doing live, if you do a YouTube video or whatever and wearing their shirt, it's right there, nice and prominent. Didn't realize how high it was until I was looking at my phone going, holy cow. Now, gel, because I use that in the lather, my head feels that nice cooling sensation as well as my face and my neck. Oh, beautiful stuff. Beautiful, beautiful stuff there. Wonderful shave. Wonderful products. 2 razors to do my head and face. Don't normally do that, but yeah. I'm missing some comments. There we go. Yeah, I never got into the conversions, like how to do it. When I was living over in Germany, it was just kind of like I knew that 40 was over 100 degrees. It was hot, and it got up to like 46 in Germany in the summers. It was just miserable. And like in the cold, it got down below 0, especially in Hamburg. That was just brutal as well. And like meters now, like I'm horrible at meters. I know 3 meters or 10 meters is 33 feet. 2 meters is like 6 feet 6 inches, something like that in height. I'm almost 2 meters tall. I'm 6'5", so I'm just like 1 meter and like 97, I think is what the conversion was. I used to know this off the top of my head earlier, but I don't remember now. It's been I've been back in the States. 17 years. Yeah, I've been back in the US for 17 years. So, man, I love that cooling sensation of gel. And I'm still experimenting with it, trying to find that wonderful, beautiful, sorry for the camera, it's starting to turn a little bit. Still trying to find that balance of where a gel really works, but this is great. I can feel it, not so much on my face, but definitely on the head, and that's, For those of you who do shave your head, I'm telling you, if you haven't shaved your head, you've always thought about it. One of the best sensations that I've ever had is a freshly shaven head lying down on a cool pillow during a hot summer day. That is the best sensation ever. And this, when you put it on your head, you get that cooling sensation kind of creeping up on you. Kind of mimics that. It is just amazing. Absolutely amazing. So thank you guys for tuning in. I know for a lot of you it is late. It is right now 10:41 my time, so that is after midnight on the East Coast. So thank you all for tuning in, watching my first initial impression of Fresh Vetiver, just released not too long ago from WSP, and of course had to rock their shirt, which is, as I mentioned, currently not yet available on their website, but should be coming soon. Now the back is where the design really shines. See if I can get this shown here. It's kind of bringing me a bad view there, but it just, I dig the design, all of it. This is still a little weird, but I think it shows up well on camera, at least the angle I have it. Phenomenal scent. Absolutely phenomenal scent. I have not been steered wrong yet by WSP products. As I mentioned, my absolute favorite scent of all time is Black Amber Vanilla, because it's my wife's favorite scent. Their Blackbeard, Tobacco, Vanilla, and Cherry is fantastic as well. Probably my second favorite WSP scent. Fresh Vetiver and Matterhorn, so far probably tied for third. If I want to get more of a springtime feel, I'll go with Matterhorn. If I want to get a nice summer, fresh, crisp summer feel, Fresh Vetiver. It's the way to go, at least for me. So thank you guys for tuning in. New York. I want to go back to New York. I haven't been a while since I've been there. Again, thank you guys for tuning in and watching me as I get reacquainted with my DEs. I think this blade is toast. And doing a wonderful little head shave with one of my absolute favorite razors, the Starling from PAA. So I hope you guys have a fantastic evening, and I will catch you guys later on.